Hey guys, Cosmos here from Dolly Games and doing World Boss here with my knight. And the reason I'm recording it is because I can survive the World Boss. I believe I'm just trying to see which options are absolutely necessary to survive him, while at the same time hopefully not screwing up my sequence while talking, which is not always so easy. So what I want to do is now try just with the Apollo shield, and after that I will try, which I think will not work, so I will lose income, but it's just for the sake of the recording and trying out the different options. And on the next one I'll go ahead with Mars's Will, and that one I think has a better chance of working. With the Apollo it might work with a shield. Actually, now I think made it, but he died. Terrible income, of course, because I messed it all up while talking. But it's always the problem with the knights is that to survive world boss you need to use the defensive skills, which do no damage. Unlike archers, which do bloodthirsty, they can do the damage and heal, and mages that can put up quick guardian rune that takes a half a turn rather than like a whole turn. So with knights it's a little bit difficult like that, so you have to figure out the minimum amount of defensive skills that you need to put, maybe even potions, like for example a health potion, in order to survive the world boss. Now I messed up this double attack as well. It's always very difficult to talk and do correct sequence at the same time. Still will be alright. This time I'm gonna try to do Mars's Will instead and see how that one works out. I'll do it I think after this double attack, which is coming up. So here I'll activate it, and I think I'm in time. He'll do his last attack. Yep. And last time I survived I put also Apollo, so this time I'm wondering if it's gonna be enough. Yes, just enough to make it with Mars's Will alone. That's because dividing the world boss's damage into 3, and I'm actually totally okay with that low amount of health. He can't really do anything, so we'll try to do some self double attacks as well and see how that works out. With self double attacks it's always not so easy, because you need to also have I think a really good connection and use more a slow and a fast skill at the same time to try to get more double attacks. Some people are successful at using any skill at all, and I think that could be because they have an amazing connection. Now here I survived. I made 391,000 gold, which is awesome, while doing a very bad sequence. I could easily make more than 400,000 doing it properly. So now that I know I can survive it, and there was a little bit health left, and I think that's because I have this level 4 endurance potion on. It's giving me 100 stamina right now. That could have helped a lot. So because I remember I tried Mars's Will before and I actually died, so something has changed. I've gotten stronger somehow, so could be the potion. So if another time I won't have the potion, and if I die I will know exactly what's going on. So this time I'll try to do it more properly, starting with an ultimate slasher Delphic. After the Delphic sometimes he fails to do the double attack, so I'll do ultimate slasher instead. Here the problem might be a problem of rage, so instead of getting the rage, I could build it. I could just use a rage rune which I have on me if I didn't have enough. The skill costs 80, so but with the double attack I do have enough, so I can put it on. And it doesn't really matter, you don't have to be super exact on it, because it lasts for 4 turns, so it's good. It's only dangerous if you do Awaken and Rune, then immediately 2 turns will be kind of spent. So otherwise it's okay. Just failed a double attack there, so double attack with the world boss's special maybe doesn't work. So here let's try to do self double attacks, and there I'm not so good at, or knights are not so good at. I'm not really sure because I haven't found a way to click it so that it works all the time. So what we try to do is make it click every time, of course in advance another skill, and hope that something works, but that's not supposed to be the way. And I really don't like, now it's working out really good, and I really don't like the way they have done it, so that for some players it works and for others don't work because of all kind of things. 456,000, very nice. Can survive world boss. And I wish they had built a system where where people with a bad computer or bad internet connection would do equally as good as people with a good computer and internet connection, because then it'd be just fair. Of course, if they're doing that, they might as well also fix up the classes, but I think we're dreaming on too much. So I'm gonna try to do another successful round and see how that goes. With a double attack, we'll do Delphic with that, and this time I'm going to use a rage rune, and I don't stress too much about an exact sequence. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm okay with a good sequence. It's just the knowledge that after what skills you can do what skills to be comfortable, so you can mix and match. It's not so big of a deal as long as you're respecting the different sequences. So let's see what the boss does. I'll actually awaken. Oh, I did a very bad thing. I awakened wrong way, so now I can't do double attacks perhaps. Oh no, it works with the boss's ultimate attack acted like a rune. So I can actually get access to the skills even though I didn't use a rune. So that's a new one actually. So for a bunch of people who are watching might not know that one. So here I'm trying to important is to get the Delphic out, because if you leave the Delphic to the end and wait for the unstable voltage to build up, you might mess up something, hit the wrong key and not do Delphic, and it is absolutely critical to get the Delphic out. So I prefer to do it earlier than later. So here I think I did a pretty successful round. Let's have a look at the income. Of course I didn't check 424, so not as good as I thought, and that could be because not all the skills hit with critical, or by that I mean that previous round maybe there were more criticals than this round, but otherwise the sequence went well. There were good double attacks, so I was actually quite happy with that one. So with the knights, you have to lose a turn with the shield. With Guardian Rune and Illusion, a higher level, maybe you can somehow totally avoid it. So somebody apparently is making 1.2 million, and I'm here happy at 400,000. So something is off. So 1.2, I imagine that's double surviving the world boss twice. So that's how you could get that. But imagine how impressive that is. That is ridiculous. And of course, once you can survive world boss, it kind of becomes totally different after that, because I mean your income goes up a lot. And this time I missed a round in the beginning, and oh, I actually died when I thought I shouldn't have died. So that was interesting, because normally I had a bit of life left. The potion didn't wear off or anything like that. So something weird happened there while I was talking and wasn't really paying attention, and I didn't actually survive the world boss attack. Very interesting. because Mars, from what we know so far, is doing the same job 100% no matter when you cast it. So it couldn't have been the Mars unless we don't know something about Mars. And by Mars I don't mean the planet, of course, I mean Mars as well. It's always just equally separating, so there is no kind of weirdness to it. Unless the boss did some criticals that I don't know. So that's a bit weird. Because I had a healthy portion, like 20,000-30,000 health left, so it's not like it was very close. So let's try again. Gonna Rage Rune and Mars. Should be good. Let's see. So Mars is on now. Health is the same, 167, 895. And now it's okay. 40,000 left. No rune activation, unfortunately, because the rune was not ready. So probably no double attacks. So okay. You mess up a lot when you try to talk and do things at the same time. Still, it's okay for video purposes and such. So I can do Delphic with 4 voltages, and that will give me 20%. Should have taken Brutality, and also then you can make the rotation. You just switch it around, so you do the Delphic to start with, and then build up the Rage to get Mars. And after that, you have the rune ready for the Sylph activation. 449 for 50,000 golden Daru, and that can be still refined further. Unfortunately, it ended right before the world boss died, so no chance of final hit. Still, I don't care so much about that because the chances are solo is just a matter of luck. 2.76 million. So that's good. Finished 29, which is already pretty good. I think I was after 30 before that, like 35, maybe close to 40. And now 29, while I messed up a lot, missed a round at the start, messed up some manual attacks in the start, experimented with the thing. So I think I can do better. But now at least we got to see the different ways and the ways you can survive a world boss attack if you're a knight. Now if you are a mage, you can do it with Guardian Rune. Archers can also survive with Incendiary. Archers, of course, as in many other events, are number one by far, as in they have huge advantages. Both archer skills, which is Incendiary and Bloodthirsty, you do the damage reduction with Incendiary and do the damage at the same time. Same for Bloodthirsty. You can do the damage and heal at the same time. So no loss there, no loss of round at all needed for archers. So and 30% is pretty good. 30% is close to Apollo's 40%. So but maybe you need to use some health pods or something. So, but once you can survive for whatever class you're playing is good. Another thing that can help you is the Illusion Astral. So once you get that, you can bring up, once you get the orange one. Again, I wouldn't suggest to exchange it unless you have tons of points you don't care about. You can also accidentally find it for free. And you can just level it up, and even if you're not using it as your standard, I'm already using it as my standard Astral, but even if you're not, you can use it only for world bosses, because even if it takes away one of world bosses attacks, that's already sufficient. And the Illusion Astrals you can actually bring up a lot, and after it's maxed out, you can still invest more with these what are they called, these arrows, with the levels. So after your class advancement, you can bless it more, and it's going to be 10 million for the first, and gets more and more expensive. But you can actually increase the percentage of chance of dodge, which is very, very good. So that's a place I will invest. I suggest you do the same. So, but it's of course going to take possibly months, maybe even, I'm afraid to say years, but it can take a long time. So just bear with it, and gather all the tools that you need, which will help you survive the world boss. And for those people who can do it with double shields, for example, with Apollo and Mars, or before that, you can also use Apollo and a Goran shield that also can work. So for those situations, you will lose 2 turns, but it's still better because you get a whole round of world boss. So it's okay if you're not strong enough to survive it with 1 turn. It's totally cool if you can make it with 2 turns. You're still in the plus, so that's good. And so that's it. Do everything you can to increase your chances of survival. You can even think about increasing block and having a higher chance of blocking world bosses attacks. So there are a bunch of stuff you can do that I mentioned in this video already. So good luck to you, and it'll take time to prepare it, so plan ahead, invest ahead. And of course, if you can combine it with your regular equipment, then that will be better, because you don't have to invest in 2 different things then at the same time. So that's it, you guys. I hope you found that useful. Please do click on like and subscribe. It helps a lot also if you guys share on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, whatever you use. And become my patron if you can. And bookmark my gaming portal, dollygames.com. All the links and patron explanation is below in the description of the video. And thanks for watching, and have a very nice day.